Hi, welcome to Colin's Custom Garage. It's off. See? It's right there. That's off. That was a pain in the ass to cut. For some reason, the blade got caught right there. And I had a casualty. My thumb got cut really deep. And so did that son of a bitch. That really freaking hurt. A clean cut. It wasn't a jagged, ripped cut or whatever. But I'm going to get working on it tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. So, get going on this thing, get some more work done on it. After I get the roof and the doors and stuff off, I'll pretty much be at a standstill in the car except for the hood and the fenders. But then I'm going to start working on the cab I got over there. And I'll go ahead and cut the floor out of it, get it all nice and ready, rocked up, ready to go. And yeah, then I got some mechanical stuff I got to do to the car, which I'm not going to video that because it's simpleness that it is what it is. I like to do the mechanical stuff while I got everything exposed. That way it's not something I got to do later. And if you're going to do these, I would advise a couple $100 on parts, i.e. shocks, ball joints, control arms, brakes, the little things. If you're having a coil problem or something like that, replace it. Go ahead and do the computer if you need to. You got everything exposed. Everything's really easy to do the work on. So, I mean, get the work done. Don't, for lack of a better word, don't pussyfoot around. Do the work. And just get it done. You'd be surprised how easy some of the work is when you get to it. I've got a couple other projects I'm going to do to this thing, which is my exhaust. I'm putting an X pipe on it, getting rid of the catalytic converters. It's going to be pretty nice. I'm looking forward to seeing this project completed. You can be a lot more surgical with this project than I'm being. I'm using a hammer and a sawzall for just about every bit of work that I need done. But I'm also a simple redneck, where I also believe brute force pretty much solves all your problems. Or in the military, how we used to say, get a bigger hammer. That seems to work too. And when my little one didn't cut it, my big one did. But this is a nice pile of junk that I gotta haul off now. Unfortunately, this is part of it. You gotta get rid of the junk once you're done. And this pile ain't gonna do nothing but grow before I can take it off. I gotta go get my dad's truck because my wife sold my trailer while I was deployed, which I told her to. But hey, it's gone. Now I gotta use my dad's truck to go haul metal off. Kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So yeah, until next time. This son of a gun is pretty heavy, and the roof right over there is what cut my thumb. It actually ran my thumb up and cut the mess out of my thumb almost to the bone. And that one was pretty dang close, right. But luckily, just an update. Make sure you wear gloves when you do the finger. But got some work done today. Let me show you. All right, looky. That right there is a pain to cut. I will tell you right now. I wish I had a longer sawzall blade. At least a foot, maybe foot and a half would be great right there, because you can't really get in sharp because of the way it is. Alright, but this right here was actually really easy to cut. If you're really good with a sawzall, you can actually run a long blade and keep it angled and cut right down the seam seal, which works perfectly. That right there was extremely easy to cut. I got to trim this up probably tomorrow, next day, something like that. I got to cut this like I did the other side. But I was able to go through here. You can see my couple mishaps here. But I was able to do this without hitting the filler neck, which was awesome. But like I said, I followed on down. I got a little butchery right here. But I got it done. It was a pain in my ass, pretty much. But as you can tell, this is cut. This side was a whole lot easier to cut than that side. Let me show you real quick about this side. For some reason, I got a Sawzall blade stuck right here. Twice. Had to use old trusty hammer over here to knock it out. Then I made a relief cut with a second blade, and that was the only way I could get it out. Then what I decided to do after that was take the Sawzall and just work it on this top of this cut and work down. And as I worked down, I was able to run the blade in and run it straight across. As you can tell, it's not the straightest cut, but that part doesn't matter, because next day these doors are coming off, and front doors will be coming off soon. Pillars will be cut, and then I'm probably going to run a cut across the top and take the pillars and the roof all at one time, the rest of the way off. So with that being said, besides the injuries, as you can tell, pretty productive day. I had to watch my kids all day, so I really couldn't work through most of the day because my 3-year-old loves to run around and loves to get right in the middle of what I'm doing. Moving heavy pieces of metal, Sawzall, reciprocating saw, whatever you want to call it, does not bode well with a 3-year-old. But as you can tell, that section is now gone. Roof's still there. Haven't got a chance to take it off yet, but it'll probably be tonight or tomorrow. That panel was right there. Somehow I did all this without cutting a fuel line and without cutting, I'm assuming it was a brake line. As you can tell, I went ahead and cut the muffler off because I was going to be cutting it off anyway, so I said screw it, go ahead and cut it off now. But I got a nice clean line across there. I got most of the gunk off of this crap. Already got all the gunk off on the other side. Just got to knock that one little spot right there off. But besides that, you can tell the wiring harness is still in place. This, that, and the other. I'm going to eventually have to disconnect it from right there. And when I set the cab and then reroute it back through the cab somehow, I have to go back and look and see if I actually need the inertia switch and some other crap that was on the lines. But my pile keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So my next step is going to be actually getting these front seats out. Once I get these front seats out, I can go ahead and pull the carpet. I'm thinking about keeping the carpet in the cab, so that's why I cut the carpet where I cut it. So that way when I decide whether or not I want to keep it, I probably won't, because I don't really like carpet. Probably go with a rubber mat, honestly. But once I decide what's going to happen with it, I'll either take it out, throw it away, or I'll put it back in once I'm done. But I will be pulling it here soon. Once I get the roof and the A-pillars off, I'll pull the seats. And then I'm going to make sure I don't have any wires touching hot anywhere. And I'm going to replace the parts I've got to replace. And once I replace those parts, I'm going to see if this thing will fire off. And we'll go from there. Hopefully it'll fire right off once I replace these parts. I'm hoping that since I cut the muffler off, which was stopped all too, hood just slammed. I'm hoping that since I cut this muffler off, it was packed to the gills with the crap from, I guess, where it had been sitting. Next step, if that doesn't work, probably be gutting the catalytic converters, which are getting gutted anyway. And yeah, a couple parts to replace. Then I can start worrying about getting the front end set, so I can worry about getting this cab set on down, which I'll probably be cutting the cab here soon. Probably in the next 2 or 3 days I'll be cutting the cab. So once I cut the cab, then I can actually worry about cutting the A-pillars and making sure everything's going to line up there, going ahead and taking everything I don't need off the front of this vehicle. Worry about the fenders and all that other crap at that point in time. It shouldn't be too hard to get them off once I get the doors off. So yeah, a couple major parts left to get off. Then some mechanic work. Once I get the mechanic work done, this puppy should fire right off, and I'm actually going to drive it down the road with probably no no roof, no doors, just to see how quick it really is. Because I've never actually driven one of these things. That's just basically a motor, transmission, and chassis. So we'll see. Uh, yeah. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, share it, do whatever, like it, subscribe to me, give me a thumbs up, however. But y'all, until next time.